Hi, I'd like to talk to you today about our process of learning in our daily lives. Now, whether we say we learn best by listening to someone explain an idea, maybe it's a process you have to complete, it's a job that you have to do, or it's a concept. Sometimes we can say we can learn better listening. We can learn an idea better by watching someone complete the task. But what I've seen is most true with the individuals I've encountered is that we learn best by experience. Let's go back to childhood. I'm sure at some point in your life, it's hard to tell you what to do. And we can think maybe as a child that felt like being attacked. It felt like there was no belief in us. Maybe it's kind of a weird way to say that. There was no trust in our ability. Now we're young, this thing ain't grown much in that time. But this is not much different than when we're adults. So when we're children, we like to learn by experiencing the world around us. You do something and you get hurt, you're not going to do that again. Maybe you will. Maybe the ride to getting hurt was an absolute thrill and you want to do it again and see if you can do it without getting hurt. But both of those ideas, they change how you engage with your surroundings. Same seems to be true in adults. As a mechanic, formerly, I found that most people that I worked with, they didn't learn very well listening, watching someone else do the job. Details will get missed. I found most likely that people were going to learn those jobs by getting their hands on experience. Experiencing it firsthand, their point of view on the task. Most of the time, I would say something like, okay, you need to get this off, and once you do that, this part will be right there for you to replace. So go ahead. And I would invite them to think about how they were going to do it. To use this thing up here and consider sometimes a way of doing it, sometimes the best way of doing it. But that seemed to be how people would pick up most ideas, most tasks, most jobs, most concepts. And I find the same thing today when most people around us are doubling down on their inner truths, their beliefs. We can look at each other and say, that person has a different idea. They don't understand things, how they actually are. They don't understand reality. When really, whether it's because they haven't chosen this path of learning, because they believe they know what they need to know, or there is an idea in what seems to be a false truth. We may see people around us living in different ways that don't seem like they make sense. But in reality, that learning by experience is most likely what is being missed. it took some experience for me to look objectively at myself, look from the outside back in, question some things, really wonder, why am I doing this? One of the first things was something I viewed for 24 years. I said, you know what? Why am I this? Why is that part of me? Do I even believe in that? And it's this idea that you could experience something different. Open yourself to new experiences, new ideas. You start to learn that maybe the experience is what drives your teaching. You're learning, not your teaching. You're learning. So, with this idea, we can learn that most people around us, they don't seem to know less. They know more of what they perceive as their truth. Now, I've seen a lot recently that people are walking out of each other's lives. I see most of this happening with the idea that hurt people hurt people. When you think about that, there's this whole idea of, I thought you were my friend. How could you think this way and know me being this way and think that these two things are okay? When in reality, they've not experienced anything outside of this path. Maybe in just that one concept. Maybe their whole life they've done like this. They've gone in a linear path. They've not looked outside of themselves. And what I've found is most resonant for me as of late is that there's a flow to life. There are waves. There are ups and downs of life. And it's not about, I just want to be on the up. I want everything to work right. And, we like good outcomes, yes. But the bad is there to help us learn. So, when we consider this, people are moving in different directions from us. Maybe people are coming back. People have found new truths. And they want to reconnect. There's no reason to condemn these people for who they once were, because if we're going to do that, we might as well do the same thing with ourselves. And this is not how we learn. This is not how we grow. To me, most resonantly lately, I've been holding space for these people that have left my life. Or maybe they've not left, but our views are doing this. I'm not choosing to distance myself because I believe they're a bad person, or because I don't agree with them, and it's not okay for them to think that way. Distancing myself because I'm choosing to hold a certain energy. Sometimes we have to take time away from these people in our lives that are moving in the highs and lows of their lives. We take the space, we set our intention, we hold the energy we would like to hold. And these people, from my experience, can come back and intersect our paths. And when they do that, it could just be that they're in a certain part of their life where they're starting to understand certain aspects of love, of our reality. Or It could be that they've chosen to learn. They're letting the experience of their lives help them to discern what they want and not what they have to do to survive. I know things look crazy right now. If you remember that you have the power, and when you choose to let things change how you respond or react, this is the letting go of your power. Then you can understand that your power can stay with you. One of the biggest tests for this, for me, has been my time dealing with narcissists. People who don't understand love. People who may not have gotten love within their life. It's a high likelihood. They don't understand. It's not for you to tell them they're wrong. You know what's right in both places. So, what's right for you? So take your time, hold the space, set your intention, and wait. You may see some of these people once again, in a way that's more resonant to how you live your life. I'm Jake Thurman, Valley of Winds Alchemy. Thank you.